うとしゃれ込んだわけだ。
腐ったね。泣き寝入りするしかねえってのかよ。
泣き寝入り？バカを言うな。俺のモットーは1000倍返しだ。
If a man commit a crime against you, he must be paid back 1,000 times. Who you fear? Him? I mean.
Welcome everyone to my humble abode. Grab a drink, make sure it's cold. We're talking about anime, new and old. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my anime lounge. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to tell you today that anime that is on your watch later list, watch it now. That random show that pops up on the front page of whatever anime streaming site you use, click on it and watch it. You never know when you'll find a gem. All that just to say that today we have one. The most notorious talker runs the world's greatest clan, introduces one of the best MCs of the year. So let's not waste any more time. Here's your usual spiel. If you're ready to meet the notorious one, hit that like button.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
If you're new and find yourself enjoying the video, hit that subscribe button. Join the lounge and enjoy talking anime with fellow watchers. Hit that bell for notifications so you know when the lounge is going to be open again. There's a seat for you. Join us, chill with us, laugh with us. Now let's get into it. There will be a little bit of a spoiler warning for some spoilers up ahead, but you get the gist. Boom! In this world, when mana in the planet reaches its critical mass, it opens a space rift, an abyss, a realm of void that summons a bunch of demons. The deeper the abyss, the stronger the demons. In response to this, we have seekers, adventurers who fight off these beasts and close these voids. And unfortunately, I said that a little too quick. Let me slow down. And unfortunately for the MC Noel, one appears and summons a demon lord, forcing his grandfather, the strongest seeker at the time, known as Overdeath, crazy name, and he goes straight Leroy Jenkins, soloing the Beast Army and their lord, but ultimately ends up falling in a battle. Noel said, "Yo, Pops, I thought you said you were gonna win." And Gramps was like, "Well, you were half right." So now it's up to Noel to carry on the will of becoming the stronger seeker like his Gramps. However, there's one little hiccup. The class that he's assessed as is a talker, deemed to be the weakest class of them all, which I disagree with because the things we see him do, being able to speak debuffs into existence, this is my RPG gaming side coming out, my bad. Talkers are a support class who can only give audible orders in battle, and that boosts their party, and they cannot actually fight in combat. I shouldn't say that, they lack the abilities to actually fight in combat. But Noel is here to break the mold because he is not your average talker. He pull that motherfucking gun out and be like, "Hey, I speak a couple languages." Anyway, his main goal is, despite being a talker, he aims to become the strongest seeker, even stronger than his Gramps Overdeath. And he will achieve this by running the strongest clan, hence the show's name. Now that we have the groundwork laid out, Now that we have the groundwork laid out and the backstory out of the way, let's get into how fucking cold this man is. So two of his current team members, they steal all of the clan's money and they decide to elope together. They left a letter explaining everything. He read it and just started laughing. He had to explain to his other partner like, "Hey, word to Gramps, this ain't sunshine and rainbows. They chose to betray us. So now it's a battle to the death. You do not
with me.
He must be paid back 1,000 times.
And so he puts some money on their head, says, "Bring them to me alive." His friend Walter asks him, "Hey, do you really think you can fight them? Do you really think you can beat them?" And this man just goes full Batman.
バルタ、俺はな、常に仲間に裏切られた時のことを想定していた。 人はたやすく道を踏み外すからな。
This man keeps contingencies just in case anybody decides to betray him. He's already ready.
心配するな。ノエルの性格は知ってるだろう。金が取り戻せないと分かれば無駄なことはしない。
What did you say, nigga?
See, that's what I mean with skills that can be OP. I don't see how they call the talkers the weakest, but anyway, he catches up to him. We find out those fools were gambling with the group's money and ended up losing everything. And the dude who was supposed to be their leader tried to gaslight Noel, and word to Gramps, he wasn't hearing any of that shit.
お前だろ。リーダーの重圧甘えたことを抜かすな。お前がギャンブルで借金を作ったのはお前がクズ野郎だっただけだろうが。
Without hesitation, he was like, Jesus, please help.
He stomped the sonic rings out that boy. And then the girl was like, please, that's enough. Leave him alone. And Noel turned around like, well, I'm glad you're looking for employment because you can get this work too.
I don't discriminate.
Then one of the people he hired was like, hey, now that everything is settled, y'all done talking, it's time to pay up, buddy. Noel said, you'll get paid, just sit there and wait. But dude tried to put his hands on him. And Noel, hey.
What you getting at with the book script? Spit that shit out, man!
Dude tried to put his hands on him, and Noel said, hey, word to Gramps. Man, don't put your motherfucker.
てめえ、何しやがった！
金は払うと言っている。そこでおとなしく待ってろ。安物の装備しか買えない落ち目のシーカーが。
He is putting hands on everybody, and it only escalates from here because then we get this flamboyant fellow and we find out that he is a slave trader in the mafia, and his name is Finocchio Barzini. This man Noel has mafia ties. This man sells his friends off as slaves to the mafia to get their money back. And just like the Joker said, in their final moments, people show you who they really are. He's such a regular with this type of dirty work that Finocchio tries to recruit him as a leader in the mafia, but Noel will serve no one and be led by no one. He's gonna be the strongest by leading the strongest, and that's word to Gramps. Now he has to start from square one since his original group is obviously disbanded. He's now on the hunt for new members for his conquest. Enter Alma. She's the quote-unquote granddaughter of the former head of the underground assassin organization, and she's drawn to Noel, being the grandson of the strongest seeker. So now we have two cold-blooded killers already on the squad, word to Gramps. And now it's time for round 2 of Noel's diabolical behavior. His team gets hired to take out some bandits that have been terrorizing a town. The father that hired him actually worked with him before with his old crew, and during that time Noel and the crew became so cool with him, his daughter. She ends up developing a crush on Noel and wants to become a seeker to join his party. So Noel and Alma, may Kami bless her, they go out and eliminate the bandit group, and these folks are efficient. They get this shit done in like 60 seconds. Word to Gramps. Then he got this badass shot of him walking with the fire behind him, like he's bringing hell with him. They get back and the father's like, hey, it's time for a celebrate. My wife and daughter cooked y'all up this good meal. Let's have some drinks, man. Noel said, you poisonous? Man was like, huh? Noel said, where's my money, man? The father's like, hey, you take a sip yet? Come to find out, he was planning on poisoning them to keep all the money, take their equipment, etc. With zero hesitation, this man Noel leaped across that fucking table and poked out one of the father's eyes, with his wife and daughter staring in horror. Noel says,
I'm gonna rip out your teeth, tongue, cut off your ears and nose. You're gonna give me my money. And now, what you were supposed to pay us, it ain't enough. I want everything. I want it all. You're gonna scrape together every nook and cranny and crumb in this house. Word to Gramps.
I want everything organic up in this bitch right now.
he confesses that he needed the money because he owes the Gambino family of the mafia and he's behind on payments. They said if he missed another payment, he was gonna come up missing.
Okay, back up. How the hell do you turn up missing?
Because nobody knows where you are when they realize you ain't there.
Noel couldn't give any less of a shit. So before he starts pulling the father apart, the daughter runs in with all the money. All of them are just on the floor in tears. Noel takes that bag and was like, we out. Cold hearted. Ain't even look back. That daughter went from liking him to hating his guts with tears in her eyes. He don't give a shit. Word to Gramps. Alright, it's time for an anime recommendation break. It's a spot in the video where I throw out a random show I've seen that I would recommend people to check out if it sounds appealing to them. And so this anime recommendation break is brought to you by Mr. Villain's Day Off. This is one that I was curious about. This is one of those sit back and relax type of anime. Really chill with the pace of a warm fireplace in winter. It follows the general, the leader of a villain organization whose goal is to one day take over the planet while fighting against the Rangers. However, it's his day off, and he meets Earth's mightiest, most formidable force, pandas. The man loves pandas. He just wants to enjoy some panda pastime on his days off and not have to worry about fighting anybody. That's the main gist of it. We follow his daily life as well as the Rangers, and he's just the nicest guy when he's not trying to destroy everybody.
これを噛み砕けというのか。己地球人、なんと非道な、可愛いだろうが。
It's a sweet comedy that has those feel-good vibes. The general is just going around learning about earthly habits and pandas. I feel like people that enjoy this type of show will indeed have a good time and some laughs. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. And the notorious Noel run continues as he searches for more members to join his team. He walks past who he assumes is just a homeless beggar. So he walks by and just drops a quick little silver coin by him. But the homeless dude was like, hey lady, you dropped this. Some people start mistaking Noel for a girl and the shit be funny. He said, this place ain't safe for a cute girl like you. Noel said, let me stop you right there, buddy. First of all, I'm a guy. So watch your mouth, word to Gramps. And secondly, I don't want to take anything your filthy fucking hands have been touching, so you can kindly fuck off.
俺に触るな。身の程を知れ。お前には銀貨1枚分の価値はない。
And I laughed because he initially thought that this man was down on his luck. A homeless dude, looked all feeble and starved and in need, and he still did not hesitate to kick him in his fucking stomach. But then we learned this dude is actually a very skilled swordsman, and he like, you ain't just gonna kick me in my fucking stomach. Noel was like, well, clearly you didn't understand what I said, so maybe you understand sign language, because I talk with these hands too.
あんたみたいな綺麗な姉ちゃんがこんなところで何しとるんじゃ。
きたいな。なーに、悪いことはせん。
No! Oh, shit! Say it again. Say something else. Oh! Say something else. Say something else, nigga.
So remember that father from earlier that owed that money to the Gambino family? Well, he goes and starts gaslighting the leader, saying that Noel robbed him and his family of the money that he was gonna pay. And in the midst of robbing him, he says Noel said, and I quote,
"You're better off throwing this money away than giving it to the weak-ass Gambino family."
I don't give a fuck.
and this dude is really insane. Like cracked out on drugs, chopping people up, kind of insane. So this sets him on his path towards confronting Noel. And this turned into a case of crazy meeting insane. Noel didn't give a singular fuck as to who dude was and proceeded to talk all kinds of crazy to him. He looked him dead in the windows of his soul and said,
ずいぶんしつけがなってないんだな、アルバート。ガンビーノの名が泣くぞ。偉大な先代も犬のしつけだけは苦手だったようだ。汚い顔をそばに寄せるな、食事がまずくなる。知っているぞ。お前がそうやって吠えられるのはお友達がそばにいる時だけだってな。あまりカッカしない方がいいぜ。血の巡りが良くなるぞ。お前がさっき飲んだそれ。
What did you do to my drink?
he had that man, a leader in their mafia, by the way, dropping to his knees thinking he was about to die. Word to Gramps. So without spoiling too much though, because there's some great story in this part and some crazy reveals, Noel ends up exposing the leader in front of the family and forces him to fight for his life. Either him or he could choose someone to fight for him, but Noel, of course, with his contingencies. Huh? Did I say that right? Noel, of course, with his contingencies, he comes out victorious. And now the dude has been ousted as the leader, but it's not that easy to just get kicked out of the mafia. No, because we get another appearance from our favorite flamboyant friend, Finocchio. And you know when he shows up, shit is real. So as a result of him losing his place as the leader, Finocchio offers him a spot in his pigsty. They need some new friends. And so just so you don't hurt their feelings, he'll cut off your hands and feet so that you can walk just like them. And you know what's really crazy? You see how active and insane the people in this mafia are. And Finocchio looks at Noel with such admiration that he wants him in the family as a leader. That should go to show the level that Noel is on. And as a matter of fact, after turning him down the first time, Finocchio decides to ask him again, hey, you should really consider joining the family. Noel said, I already said no. I'm not serving anyone. Finocchio said, no matter what. And in one of the best scenes, out of nowhere, Finocchio uses an ability that snatches Noel's heart out of his body. He is holding his beating heart in his hand, and he tells Noel, you're too good at what you do. You're going to become too strong, and eventually you will become a problem for the family. So I'll ask you one last time, join us or I will crush this heart and take you out right now before you become a problem. Noel looked at him. He said, you're right. I am going to become the strongest seeker. And not even the family is going to be able to touch me. Now is the right
And only time you're gonna get to kill me. Do it. Do it! Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I will serve nobody. I will be the most powerful seeker that has ever existed. So you better take me out now. Come on, do it! Do it! You have my heart, but do you have the balls? Do it! Darkness! Let's go to the abyss! This ain't no funeral home! Welcome to hell! And that's word to Grants!
Let's all raise a glass in the air. Here's to anime.